Hey guys, welcome back to Rockford YouTube channel. For this video, I'm going to share with you some must-buys at this month's Harbor Freight parking lot sale. It's about a 6-page ad. We have some good, we have some trash, and I'm going to filter it out for you so you know exactly what to pick up this weekend. It's already started for the Inside Track Club members, but for the rest of us schlubs out there, we don't start until Friday, June 2nd. Now, before we get into the amazing deals at Harbor Freight, I want to share with you just a couple real quick items that I post on my website that I think are worth your time and you will enjoy. We have this Power Probe kit. It is $85.99, but then Prime members have an additional discount that comes down to about $68 and change, I believe. And then on top of that, we have a 30% promo code and a 5% coupon. So Prime members are going to take 35% off, $68. You end up in the $40 range. And these things are amazing. Think of it like a test light on steroids. Really, really helpful if you do any kind of automotive work to have one of these around. And look how many reviews we got on it, 3,200 reviews. People really like it. Comes with the handy dandy case. Really like that pickup. We got these Ensenor lights. It's a 6-pack of 4-foot LED shop lights. Started out at $74.99, but we have a 30% promo code and a 10% coupon. We have the Top Don battery load tester, 45% off, normally $40, just north of $20 for the battery load tester. An item that Astro AI gave me one of these 3 years ago. Worked really well. We did a video on it. You can watch the video there if you want. $31.99, 30% promo code, 20% coupon. Ends up being like $15. You cannot beat $15 for a 12-volt tire inflator. Amazon has the DeWalt underhood light currently on sale, only $99. Home Depot $167, Acme Tools $169, Lowe's $189. Now this is a tool only, but really amazing. You can see I picked one up. There was a video with the 66 Caprice and having it up under the hood there. Also works great for a trunk lid or even grabbing at the interior like your roof and aiming down at the dash or something like that. It's a lot of useful ways to use this guy, even up underneath the car and just having it shining upwards. It's such a long band of light. It illuminates a lot. Can use 12 or 20 volt batteries. You can see I had a 12 5 amp hour on it for that. Got the little spotlight, $58, 50% off with the promo code, 10% coupon. We have an emergency weather radio, $32.99, 50% promo code, 10% coupon. Now here's a socket set that I wanted to share with you, and Harbor Freight has theirs on sale as well, so when we get to that ad here in 2 seconds, we'll talk about that as well. But this is Sirocco. We've seen their codes a couple of times in the past. Half-inch set, 16-piece metric deep well sockets with the handy-dandy case. So you're getting 14 sockets. You get the extension and the L handle, which you'll figure out something to do with it. 6-point sockets, $40, 40% promo code. Comes out to like $23. So keep that in mind as we get to the Harbor Freight ad. We have these Bosch carbide-tipped router bits, a 6-piece set. It's down to $29.19 on Amazon. Acme Tools it's $60. Max Tool it is $45. So throwing a bone for the woodworkers out there. Gear wrench. We have the 14-piece 6-point combination wrench set. This is a metric set. You got 6mm up to 19mm. Currently on sale for $46 on Amazon. Home Depot $70. Acme Tools $73. JB Tools $68. Now I have this set. I really like the 6-point wrenches. You know, almost all the wrench sets you get are going to be 12-point wrenches. And for rusted up stuff, I'm in Northern Illinois. Everything I touch is rusted or in some way rounded off or whatever. You get a better grip. You're less likely for it to slip or anything. The downside is, just as the difference of a 12-point or 6-point socket, is the amount of swing you have to get to reposition your wrench. You know, it's 6 points, so you have to go twice as far. And if you're in tight places, that may not work out. But they fit really well, and I really like them. So now let's get into the parking lot sale. Again, for everyone else, it's starting on June 2nd. First thing we have to mention, because it's always in, I swear, every single ad we've ever seen from Harbor Freight, is the 30-inch 5-drawer mechanic carts. They come in 5 million colors, and the sale price is $199.99. If you've been subscribed for any length of time, you know, like, I bought mine for $149.99. Thousands of other people bought theirs for $149.99. It's the exact same thing. I know inflation, prices, blah, 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 blah. I can't pay $50 more for it, and I can't suggest anyone else go pay $50 more for it. It's a nice cart, but just knowing what it was, it's very difficult to then turn around and recommend it. Now, one thing that is actually at or even kind of below, well, in the middle, I guess, because it varied, these 5 mil nitrile hardy gloves. So you got the 100-pack of the 5 mils down to $4.99. If you remember when the Big C came out, these were like $17 for a 100-pack. It was insane. I want to say this lowest I've ever seen it was $3.99. We've seen $5.99. But $4.99 is really good considering the situation we're in and where we've been in recent history. So that's definitely a must pick up for a 100-pack. And then with any parking lot sale, if you're unfamiliar with the Harbor Freight parking lot sales, the liquidation sale, this red banner right here, that's usually the star of the show because so many of these deals are really close to the coupon price. I guess you don't have to wait for a coupon for a specific item to come out, but usually with one of these sales, you have a handful of items that are at a really good discount that you don't normally see, but the orange tagged items that will be different in every store, and that's what this box right here is talking about, that's where you get your best deals. We did a haul video years ago. If I can find it, maybe I'll put it in like a pinned comment or something down below because I picked up a ton of stuff and it was really good stuff, and it would give you a good idea, even though it's an old video, of the potential savings and what you can find in these sales. But they're different from every store. It's all open box return stuff, so you do got to pay attention because I think you have 3 or 5 days to return anything. It doesn't come with the normal warranty, although I'm assuming wrenches and hand tools would. But I bought a drill press and got it home, and it looked like it fell off the back of a pickup truck, and someone just swept up all the pieces back into the box, and Harbor Freight resold it. So when they tell you, oh, we check it and everything's fine and blah blah, bullshit. Okay, we're getting the bullshit flag on that one. So you have to do your own due diligence. Knowing that, I would just open it in the store now before I even waste my time walking out the door with it, just in case. But look over your stuff really well, and the selection will be different at different stores. Like for me, there's 2 stores within about 10 minutes of each other, so if I'm going to go to one, I'm definitely going to go to the other because they might have different stuff as far as the orange tags. But that's really something you have to pay attention to if you're there, and that's separate from the normal clearance section. Back in the day, these parking lot sales were legitimately parking lot sales. They set up tents and everything out in the parking lot. They had employees just to be out in the parking lot. They haven't done that for years. I think that was even before COVID they quit doing that, or at least they started migrating to it just being a sale in the store. I don't know where I was going with that. Totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, let's move on. We have the 5500 lumen 4-foot linkable LED hanging shop light, $17.99. Because it's linkable, it's not too bad of a deal. That is something I would consider, especially since my Menards ones have broke. Bastard Menards. And then the angle grinder here at $9.99. You really can't beat that. $9.99 for these drill bits. Sometimes the sale price has crept up to $11.99, so $9.99 is a little bit better, but I've never bought them, so as far as the quality goes, I can't help you there. We see similar screwdriver sets to this on Amazon kind of often. Performance Tool actually has one that looks very, very similar. I wonder if it's just a color scheme difference, otherwise the same set. $3.29 on the Yukon 46-inch 9 drawers. I wish I would have bought this one. I paid $179 for mine that has these sets of doors here, and I much rather have these drawers than the doors. But $329.99. I'm happier paying $179. I don't think I care that much. Not that big of a difference. 1/2-inch drive impact. Now this is a 13-piece set, and you don't get the case. Now the benefit obviously of Harbor Freight is if you break them, it's really easy just to bring it back into the store to get a replacement. But $19.99, that's been a very consistent price. That's That's like a 10-year price right there as far as sale stuff goes. The spray gun, it's usually cheaper, but it's a decent item. I despise this ratchet with every ounce of my being. $98.99. Now, here's the thing. You got to go to Northern Tool. If you go to my website, at the top, look at the drop down for, I'll show you right now. So if you go to Daily Deals, go down to Northern Tool. Now, this was updated on the 26th, so I don't know if it's still in stock. Here's all the Memorial Day stuff. You missed free ratchet straps if you didn't go. Now, they have free shipping on this. Here we go, right here. Their clutch, that's their store brand. This is a 3/8 drive. There's one more down here. I believe the one that Harbor Freight we were looking at was a 1/2-inch drive, but still. Air impact wrench, $49.99 and free shipping. Now, they also had the stubby version, which I don't know if 3/8 or half-inch stubby, also down to $49.99 if it's still in stock. It was in stock when this was posted. So that's a really amazing deal. It's half the price of Harbor Freight's sale price. And yes, I do know that this one is supposed to be much more powerful. It may not matter to you. It may not matter. You know the other thing that's really interesting about this? This is an updated item where when they re-released it, it was like $180. I think it was $179.99 when they first came out with this with all the goofy-ass different colors. It used to just be one color. It was, I believe, red and black. And when they first came out with the new version, both product pages were still up. You had the old Harbor Freight product page and you had the new page, and it was copied word for word. The specs, everything, identical. And you could get the old one for about this price, and then this one was almost $100 more. It was insane. You really got to be careful with Harbor Freight. They are the king of deceptive marketing. We got $542 for the American flag down here. Now, this is probably a China-made one because it's not available in Minnesota, and they have that law or whatever where you can't sell China flags, Chinese American flags, you know what I mean, in Minnesota. Now, unless they got rid of it, Harbor Freight did sell a Betsy Ross brand, I believe that's what it was called, that was made in America flag. They never promote that thing. That has never been in a sale. I don't think I've ever seen a coupon for it. It's like someone shamed them into at least putting it on their website. It's like, fine, here it is. People bitching about our China American flags. We're going to get this Betsy Ross made in USA one, but we're going to bury it on the website and never show it to anybody. I feel like that's what happened. I wasn't in the room, but that's what happened. Let's go on to the next page. The Earth Auger. Okay, this is an item I'd really like to have, and the price has crept up a little bit. It's jumped tons on this. We're going to talk about that in a second. So $197.99 for the Earth Auger. I would love to have one. I would use it a lot. Now, it was as low as $179.99. Actually, $169.99 if we want to really go way back. But in the more recent history, we have seen it for $179.99. So, as far as a sale price, it's not amazing, but it is a tool I would like to personally have. The Chipper Shredder. Okay, I bought this several years ago. I used a coupon, paid $349. This is 2018, 2019. So it's $200 more for the exact same product. What I like about it is that it pretty much chips anything you throw in. And throw down the throat right here. You put it down the throat, it handles it. The bad thing is, whatever you throw down it can't be a Peroni's. You can't throw Peroni's down there. It's got to be straight. Arrow straight. If there's any hook to it at all, it's not going to fit down the gullet. Okay? That's one problem. The second problem is, it's so much easier for me just to stack up all the wood and burn it than to spend... I mean, that would take me an hour, and this would take me an entire day to get rid of the same amount of wood. And when I first got it, it comes with a little bag, which my bag ripped open right away, so it just spews stuff everywhere. When I first got it, I thought, yeah, but I'm going to create my own mulch with this. I'm going to have tons of stuff. I'm going to be throwing it in there. I'm going to have bags full of mulch. It's going to save me from buying mulch. I can spread it around. No. If you have like a 50-foot tree, that turns into one bag. You have to do so much for so little. It's just not worth it. And I've never used the bin at the top. I just not interested. So it works. It'll handle whatever you can throw at it, but a lot of work, little reward. Pole saw is pretty nice, the Portland, if you don't mind being connected to a cord for your entire life. Look, the price of cordless saws has come down so much, especially if you just pay attention to promotions and sales and all this kind of stuff. I feel like this corded version has kind of lost its luster and purpose in the world, but it has plenty of power, and if you're going to have a decent extension cord in the area that you plan to use it, it works good, it's easy, you don't got to worry about charged batteries. The typical price for years and years was $49.99, so we're $5 more. It's not a huge difference. Good item, but before you pull the trigger, look into some cordless options because it's definitely better, using the cordless ones. The puck light, screw that thing. These little picks aren't bad for 99 cents. Just throw in your cart while you're there. Screwdriver sucks. Tape measure's okay. That's like the loaner tape measure. When someone you don't really like that much asks to borrow a tape measure, you give them that one. Let's see. Little canopy. You got to be careful because the 10x10, I'm almost positive, is the spacing of the legs, and of course they are kicked out, so your actual shaded tent area is like 8x8 instead of 10x10. So if you have a somewhat specific purpose for it, actually pay attention to that. These anti-fatigue mats, I actually really like them, and what I like is I'd rather just throw this under the car than mess with the creeper, because I'm too fat for the creeper. The car's got to be 20 feet in the air, and half the time either my jack or my jack stands can't even get the car high enough for me to get under there with a creeper. So I'll just roll my ass under here and lay on these things. At least they're a little bit softer and keep things from rolling around as much when you drop a bolt or a socket. It's easier to find. You can just slide the whole mat back out, and you can hose these things down or whatever. So I kind of like them for that as a cheap creeper. Heat gun at $9.99. Pretty good deal. Sometimes you saw it for $7.99. I think it's been part of the $5 tool sale when they do that every once in a while. I've had mine for years and years. They've rebranded it. Mine was Drill Master. It's the exact same thing. Outside of this being orange here, and it used to be red. I doubt they changed anything else. And I used to use the shit out of mine. Made some goofy noises a few times, but it still works. So $19.99 for an orbital sander. That's a really good deal if you need one. It's variable speed. That's a plus. We just had one by, it was either Dong Chang or DCK. Now I don't remember, but I think it's still on the homepage of my website. And I think theirs was, I want to say like $24 after a promo code. It also did come with some sandpaper, so pretty comparable there. Speaking of creepers, $29.99. These are the low profile ones. Still not a fan. I believe these are probably a different version. Got recalled at some point. Mine broke right underneath here. Right underneath here. Good deal for the laser thermometer. These things are really useful to have too, and I used to see prices like this were a little bit cheaper on Amazon with promo codes, coupons. We get them posted on the website. I feel like the prices have crept up on them, and you can't get as good a deal as we used to. So in the past, $16.99 wouldn't be that great, but because other things have gone up, that is pretty good now. $44.99 on the little battery charger jump starter. It used to be $39.99, or it sometimes was, but still not awful. I like these little magnetic trays. That's another thing just to throw in. This is the 6-inch one. I like that better. There's also a 4-inch. But every once in a while we got those free, but that was not very common. Ratchet straps. Boy, if you had a Northern Tool by you, hopefully you went by over the weekend and picked up your free. It was free with no purchase. You could just walk in the store and grab them. How amazing is that? $29.99 for the LED trailer lights. Not a bad deal for that. Highest coupon price we see for these ladders. Sometimes they're $99.99, otherwise $109.99. So $119.99 is the worst of the discounted prices. I'd probably hold off unless you need it right away. This is the Braun double jointed for $19.99. Which isn't a bad price because the original Braun, which only can do a 90-degree bend right here, its sale price was usually $19.99, and as we've gone on, it's actually gone down a little bit, where I think we've seen $17 and $18.99 a few times. But $19.99 for this one's pretty good. It's funny that they put the icon right next to it. It's $10 more, and it does say that it's higher lumen, but I don't know. I just avoid icon. 6-inch quick release bar clamp for $2.99 might be worth picking up for you. The electric fly swatters was another item that we used to see free every once in a while. The ammo cans like doubled in price recently. Alright guys, that is it for the parking lot sale over at Harbor Freight. I'll leave links down below. I have a page on my website with this full ad so you can check it out. And I will also link all those deals that we looked at the top of the video. So make sure you give the video a like, subscribe for a subscriber. See you guys next time.